In October 2018, the story broke of MPs reporting illegal immigrants attending their surgeries like they're ever there. But here we see an article in The Independent dated the 12th of October 2018, with charities and other Liberals calling for an end to MPs reporting illegal immigrants. Further to this media attention and pressure, a number, 129 to be precise, signed a petition to say that they are not border police and will from now on not be reporting illegal immigrants in the UK to the necessary authorities. Here's a screenshot of the petition which these 129 MPs, these self-righteous MPs, signed. It states, "As a Member of Parliament, I pledge to represent and advocate for all people living in my constituency as equal members of the local community, regardless of their immigration status. My constituency and surgery are safe places, and I welcome all my constituents to seek representation free from fear of immigration enforcement. I will not report anyone who seeks my advice to the Home Office for immigration enforcement and will ensure my office correctly handles sensitive personal information to prevent this from happening." We see that the party breakdown is predominantly the Socialists and Liberals of the Labour Migrant Party and SNP, the Scottish National Party. And here's a screenshot of the first 4 MPs in the list of 129. Let's have a definition of illegal immigrant. An illegal immigrant is a person who enters or leaves in a country without the documentation required for legal entry or residence. Thus, if a person does not have the required paperwork to be resident in the UK, then they are here illegally and committing a crime. Illegal equates to a crime. What is a citizen's duty? To report a crime. And more to the fact, what is the duty of a Member of Parliament? If we go through, seek some advice from the site Ask the Police, we find question 514, which asks, is there a legal requirement to report a crime? The answer given is that whilst there is no legal requirement to report a crime, there is a moral duty on every one of us to report to the police any crime or anything we suspect may be a crime. Thus we see that it is both a citizen's and MP's moral duty to report a crime in which a person is resident in the UK illegally. If these 129 MPs do not report an illegal immigrant, then they are guilty of not honouring their moral duty. As a result, my conclusion of the 129 MPs that signed this petition is that they are of questionable moral fibre. The 129 MPs are public knowledge, and I suggest checking your own local MP to see if they are on the list. Let's have an example of their questionable ethics. If you're stopped by the police for driving a vehicle on the road and you don't have MOT, road tax and insurance, then you will be prosecuted because it is a requirement that all 3 are in place. If you are involved in an accident and all 3 are not present and correct, then the insurance company will not pay up because you should not be on the road. Now imagine that all 3 documents are not in place and that you run down a child, even if it is not your fault. For example, the child might just run out in front of you and there was no time to stop. You are still responsible because it could be argued that you shouldn't have been on the road, and if you wasn't on the road, then the accident and death would not have occurred. Let's now extend this line of reasoning to an illegal immigrant that one of these 129 MPs fails to report to the Home Office. The illegal immigrant rapes or murders a young girl. What then? Like the car analogy, if the illegal immigrant wasn't in the country to start with, the rape or murder could not have occurred. This is why these 129 MPs are of questionable moral fibre. How could they possibly look the parents in the eyes if their daughter was raped and murdered by someone that they knew was resident in the UK illegally? If I was Prime Minister, I would send out the police to round up all of these 129 MPs and give them a lecture in their moral obligation as representatives of the people that they serve.